The following program is video supplemental instruction. VSI is brought to you by the Teaching Center, UF's Learning Support Center, www.teachingcenter.ufl.edu.
Okay, so number 3 is kind of an intro problem to all of your economics and business model vocabulary and equations. So from the word problem, we see that a manufacturer has a monthly fixed cost of $40,000 and a production cost of $8 for each unit. So let's just deal with that first of all, because that's all we need for the cost function. So a cost function, C of x, is made up of a fixed cost and a variable cost. So the fixed cost being $40,000 means your costs are $40,000 regardless of how many units you're making. So that might be something due to, just operating the factory or something like that. So that has no dependence on x. So remember, in all of your economics formulas, x is the number of units. So this $40,000 is not dependent on the number of units at all. It's just $40,000 operating costs. And it costs you $8 production per each unit. So that tells you we have a plus 8x term. So 40,000 plus 8 times every unit you made is your total cost function. Okay, so part B says what is the revenue function? The revenue function is how much money you make. That's the second sentence here. The product sells for $12 per unit. So your revenue function, R of x, is going to be 12x. You make 12 per every unit you sell, so 12 times x. Profit function, P of x, is always the money you make, the revenue, minus your costs. So profit is revenue minus cost. We already have functions for revenue and cost. So we have 12x minus 40,000 plus 8x. Remember that if a cost function is a few different terms, you need to put it in parentheses. So 12x minus 8x is 4x, so we get 4x minus 40,000 as our profit function. Alright, letter D says what is the break-even point? The break-even point is when your profit is 0, when you're making as much money as it costs you to make all of your things. So we want to set profit equal to 0. We already found profit here in the previous step, so we're just going to set that equal to 0. 4x minus 40,000 equals 0. So you can see there that x has to be 10,000. 4 times 10 to be 40 to cancel out here. So the break-even point is if you make 10,000 units of whatever this is. If you make 10,000, your revenue incoming is canceling out the costs it makes. Obviously then if you make more than 10,000, you're going to be making money. And finally it said how many units must be sold to make a profit of 80,000. So for letter E, we just want our profit function to equal 80,000. So we want 4x minus 40,000 to equal 80,000. We just add the 40,000 over, divide, so we get 4x equals 120,000. And if we divide by 4 there, we get x equals 30,000. So it would take you would need to make 30,000 units to make a profit of $80,000.
The Teaching Center, UF's Learning Support Center, www.teachingcenter.ufl.edu.